What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. I've seen many people asking whether you should pull Navia or Raiden, especially for newcomers. It's actually a quite interesting comparison because just look at this. As you see, their gameplay is actually quite similar to each other. So that's why I'm gonna show you a full comparison between C0 Navia and C0 Raiden just for you to decide which one to pull. Well then, let's get right into the video. Well anyway, here's my build for both characters in this comparison. My Raiden is going for a DPS build, emblem of severe effect with attack, crit rate. Why DPS build? To make this comparison more fair for her. After all, she's a supportive character that's been compared to a pure DPS character. It wouldn't be fair to use a support build otherwise. As for Navia, it's a standard DPS build with 2+2 using the free claimer from the event, the Magic Sword. I've done my best to keep her stats similar to Raiden to make this comparison as fair as possible. Remember, she'll be far stronger than this if she uses her own artifact set. As for talent, I've double counted both her important skills just like Raiden. So if you're not farming her artifacts, this is basically her max potential for free to play. Now if you look at their skills, you'll notice they are basically the same character with only their skill and burst swap. Coincidentally, both of them also uses stats to boost their nuke damage. This makes the comparison a whole lot easier to do. Well, enough dragging. Let's start with the damage comparison. This is their raw damage without any stat. Now for the half stats. And finally, the maximum stats. As you see, at the higher stats, Navia is much stronger than Raiden as her full stats nearly doubles her damage. Besides, here's another fun fact. Navia only needs 3 stats to outperform Raiden with maximum stats. That means in any normal gameplay, Navia will always deal more damage than Raiden as gaining 3 stats is literally a piece of cake for her, especially when you are out against multiple enemies. Not to mention she has a far shorter cooldown as well, 9 seconds instead of 20 seconds. As for their off-field damage, once again, Navia not only deals more damage but with a shorter interval and higher crit rate too. Luckily, this doesn't matter much as most of their damage lies on nuke and normal attack. So in terms of raw damage, it's very clear Navia is doing much better than Raiden. Yes, you heard right. The legendary Musou no Hitotachi lost to a gun. Well, what can I say? Don't bring swords to a gunfight. Well, just aside, let's not forget Navia is almost strictly for single target. She has almost 0 AoE unless enemies line up in a straight line. Even if you line them out, she still requires point blank shot, otherwise she loses heavy damage. Worst case scenario, you straight out miss the target. Well, there goes my full stats. Whereas for Raiden, she's literally from another plane of existence in AoE. Everything in front of her dies to a slash without any exception. Combined with an insane tracking, you won't lose any damage. But of course, unless you bring Pyro, Overload sucks. Besides, Raiden can recharge her teammates while buffing their burst damage at the same time. These are the things that does not show in the solo comparison. So get ready for the ultimate showdown, the team comparison. For C0 Raiden, without a doubt, the best team is definitely the Rational. It's been proven over the years. However, both Xiangling and Raiden needs the catch. I decided to let Xiangling use it as it suits her even more than Raiden. So Raiden will instead be using the Skyward Spine. It's actually weaker than the catch, especially under Bennett's attack buff. As for Navia, personally I think the best team for her is the Double Pyro, which is almost the same team as Raiden with only Xingqiu to Zhongli. What a coincidence! Anyway, let's start with Navia first. Right after her burst, immediately follow up with the Bennett Pyro so we can start generating crystals as soon as possible. In the meantime, remember to collect crystals with Zhongli for Pyro buff. After everything's done, let Navia to be on field until you shoot 3 times with her shotgun. By the way, this team has huge energy problem unless you use Harmonious Lance on Zhongli with proper quick leg for consistency. On the other hand, Raiden is much more simple than Navia. Just throw everything in order, then rinse and repeat. But for the sake of this comparison, I'm using the most optimal rotation to show you her max potential.
Illusion shattered.
Just like you saw at the beginning of this video, both teams are literally on par with each other in terms of dealing damage against bosses. Considering Rational has 0 energy issue, I will give my medal to Raiden. But that's not the end just yet. I still haven't tailor-made my builds specifically for Rational. Aside from the regular trading energy recharge for the damaging stance, Bennett should use the Instructor set while Xingqiu goes for the Noblesse Oblige. This will maximize Xiangling's vaporized damage. With these builds, Xiangling's damage goes up from 35k to 40k. So now you can safely tell everyone, Raiden is stronger than Navia under their best team. If anyone argues otherwise, just shove this video on their face. Sorry, I'm just kidding. Please forget that. Anyway, while Rational is indeed stronger in DPS, there are some situations where Navia is better. These lizards are the prime examples which are featured during the Raiden test run. Can you believe this? Just who in the hell decided to promote Raiden with these lizards? Well, aside from that, Navia is stronger in dealing with bosses with limited window of time for you to deal damage. Maybe that's why this PMA is in the abyss now. The same goes for the Hydro Tupa where you can vaporize for free. As for conclusion, in my opinion, I do think Raiden is still a better pull than Navia. Her supportive ability is much more unique, while Navia is just another DPS, a dual claymore even. Besides, if you want, you can even turn her into an EM bot for Hyper Boom. It's quite fun and strong too. And last, Navia will definitely have relaunch sooner, while Raiden might be in the next year, 2025. So if you're a new player who absolutely wants to choose between one of them, I would suggest you to go for Raiden first. Not to mention the 4-star in this banner is absolutely godly. Well anyway, I hope this video is helpful for you. Thanks for watching and I'll be seeing you again in Shovel Sky.